Has Sideshow Collectibles lost their collective marbles? Hey, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. It's been a blizzard here in my hometown. I just arrived, and anyway, been skidding all over the place. It's pretty crazy here, 12 plus inches of snow. But today I want to talk about Sideshow Collectibles and kind of a controversial piece. This was shown obviously at the 12 Days of Sideshow, and I'm talking about the Harley Quinn variant. And a lot of collectors were very excited initially based on what we saw. And this is a kind of a rehash, a resculpt of the Harley Quinn Hell on Wheels, which was a very popular piece indeed for Sideshow. She's up on her ankles and she was skating. She had the skates. And it was a great piece. And I still have it. I'm actually selling it if anybody's interested, just because I'm getting a different Harley piece. But I was interested in this one because this one, of course, is that classic Jester, the classic Batman the Animated Series piece. And a lot of collectors were very excited about it because they like that. They've wanted a Jester from Sideshow for some time. Of course, Sideshow has done 2 other Jesters and a number of other scales as well, but 2 other premium formats. And so people were excited about this. Of course, the controversy is she is $700. She's up for pre-order right now. Links are down below if you're interested in ordering her. Again, I think she's a great piece. They have minimalized her base. The base on the old one was not well liked. It tried for this neon effect, didn't quite achieve it. They should have just maybe done a light up feature or something. And it was round, and not everybody liked it. They liked her, but they didn't like it. Okay. You got 2 portraits with that original release. You got the pigtail look, and you also got, which I think had pink and blue in the tips of her hair, and then you had the exclusive, which was the old school Jester, right? Which is exactly what everybody wanted. They wanted to be able to do that. Of course, it didn't necessarily fit, didn't really go together because it was that skater Harley with the Jester look. But it is what it is. So whenever they teased Harley this go around, I thought, well, maybe they would do a different portrait. Maybe they would do something different. They didn't. We get the exact same Jester portrait as the old release. No second portrait. And it's $700. Okay? And that is $150 more Hell on Wheels. Which you got 2 portraits for that. Now you might say, oh, it's inflation, it's this or that. Well, it's hard to defend Sideshow on this one. Because this is almost the exact same amount as Batgirl. In Batgirl, you get a light up feature, an incredible storytelling base, and an incredible statue. This one, you get the 1 portrait, no light up. You get the simple figure, which again, she looks great. And they minimalize the base, which I think it looks actually really good. I do worry a little bit about the size of the base. I wish it was a little bit bigger, just because I worry about her being kind of wobbly, if that makes sense. But I do like it. I think it fits better. And I'm glad they just didn't rehash the same round base. So I do like that. But one thing I don't like is that she's still up on her tippy toes. Why? It makes sense with the skater look, right? Because she's up on her, she's braking with her wheels. But this one, it doesn't make as much sense. So to me, it's lazy. To me, it's just lazy because they could have done some sort of storytelling base with this one, right? They could have done a storytelling base with this one. And to me, and I was having a conversation with some of my fellow rogues today, they don't go with the rest of the bases that they've been doing layly. This piece goes better with like the old school stuff, but it doesn't go with the Penguin. It doesn't go with, Clayface and Batgirl. It's not going to go as well with the Riddler. I mean, those bases are all real intricate. Even the newer Joker, like, again, all of these kind of the grotesque line, as I'm calling it, this one just doesn't fit in with those other ones. And you're paying the same price as the ones with all of that amazing base storytelling. So I love the sculpt and I love the statue, but I feel like it's a big miss in terms of the pricing. And I get it. I understand. Again, there's lots of costs and things associated with these statues that we don't always know. We've talked about that ad nauseum here on the channel. But it is disappointing with this price point. Okay? So now that I've ho-hummed everything and, you know, made it negative. I'm going to show you the photos, and then I'll wrap it up, okay? So here's the photos released by Sideshow. All right, guys, so let's look at the photos. And there is no question this is a beautiful Harley Quinn. I absolutely think that they nailed this one. I actually think I prefer this one over the Hell on Wheels, just because I love that classic look for her. Sculpted by Will Harbottle, which is, you know, absolutely phenomenal. I love everything that he touches. Also, Aaron McNaught also worked on the sculpt, and of course the Sideshow development team as well. Just a beautiful piece. I do worry a little bit about the size of the base. I hope that it doesn't have any sort of wobble to it, just because it is so narrow. You know, and I do like the simplicity of it, though. I mean, it does look really nice. Again, I just don't understand why you would have the tippy toe effect at this point. Again, my personal opinion, but I do like how minimalistic it is. Again, though, it doesn't match anything that Sideshow's recently put out. And so I still would have preferred some sort of storytelling base. I think that would have been really nice. But there is no question that the actual statue is beautiful. Is it $150 more beautiful than Hell on Wheels? Again, that's going to be subjective. I definitely would have liked to have seen a similar price point, especially since it just seems more, like I said, minimalistic, especially without that extra portrait. If they had thrown in that second portrait, I think I wouldn't necessarily be as harsh, because I do think that would have helped justify a little bit. Usually it's like, you know, $20 to $30 more for that extra portrait. And I think it would have been nice to have an unmasked, and I think that they could have just simply done, you know, black and red tips on her hair and kept the same sculpt. I think that would have maybe made some collectors happy. But the details here are really nice, and I do think that this one will be popular among collectors, although I know that the price point has already ticked off some collectors, and again, they just feel like it's a slap in the face, just because, you know, a year or so ago, you know, when Hell on Wheels came out, it was just $150 cheaper, and you got more with it, a bigger base, and you know, another portrait. So it is what it is. I do think it's a beautiful sculpt. I really like it, and I am considering this one myself for the collection, but the price point definitely has me a little concerned. All right, so what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you feel like it's overpriced for what you're getting? Again, I love the sculpt, but I just feel like they could have done something with the base, especially with the tiptoes. Like maybe they could have like had her like, you know, tiptoeing away from one of her hyenas that was coming up out of the base and like trying to like bite her feet. Just something, right? Just something with storytelling that it would have matched the other newer pieces. I'm sure we're going to get another ton of Harleys. We just always will, and that's great. But I just feel like there are things that they could have done to make it a little bit better. Now, it is a new sculpt. I mean, she doesn't have the jacket anymore. So, I mean, it is a new sculpt based on the sculpt of Hell on Wheels, which, again, is a great piece. But, again, $150 more and you're getting less? It's a miss. That's just a miss for me. Still love Sideshow. I still love what they're doing. I don't like this one pricing wise. I just think it's out of touch. But again, you know, they're trying to make a profit. I get it. So people will either buy or not buy. But I still think it's a great piece. I love Jester Harley Quinn. So again, I'm gonna turn it over to you. What do you guys think about it? And if you do want to order it again, it is down below. So thank you guys for that. Otherwise, I just want to hear your thoughts on it. Again, is it a hit or miss for you? Again, for me, sculpt is great. It's just lazy. I think that they could have done something with the base to make it fit in with the rest. And then if they had made it more of a dynamic base, then maybe they could have justified the $700. Are you with me? With me? Without me? With me? Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to quit rambling now. I want to take a second to thank you guys. I'm going to go inside and get warm. But anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for continuing to watch here on the channel. And I love you guys. Also want to remind you, Batsies, next week, January 15th, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we celebrate the best of the best in statue collecting. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely join us. We got 18, 19, we got at least 20 giveaways during the show. So please make sure you're there. Again, sponsored by Collector Zone. Thanks again to Marcos for being willing to give those gift cards out. It's awesome. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Now I promise you I'm going to be done rambling. See you in the back cave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.